this is another project we're doing for ourselves this time. It's for our own railway. What we decided to do was build a mill, a water mill. So we wanted it not so much in total brickwork, but in like a tatty state, you know, where it's been rendered and some of it's come off and bits and pieces. So what we've done is we've made up this. It's a standard box, 2 boxes really. If I turn it over, it's 2 parts. It's very simple. The pond actually taper towards the pond, so I've had to make it so it fits, and when it's on there it will sit up square. So that's a basic box really. What we did then was we put a shaft in all the way through like this, and I made a wheel to go on there. Now the wheel is a straightforward Foamex. We make everything out of Foamex. So what I did was literally cut out a circle, the first part. So we cut out a circle by drawing it in with a compass. This is the second part of this one. So I've drawn that. I need this outer band now for when I come to do the rest of it. So what I did was I measured it, worked it out. The diameter I think was 10 inches. I'll just make sure of that. So I'm not, yeah, 10 inches. And if you make it 10 inches, these all divide into 5-inch segments. So you've got 5, I think it's 5 or 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 buckets on each one. So what I did was made the circle first, and then cut a smaller one for the middle bit. Cut some 1/2-inch posts going across like so, so it doubled the thickness. I made the first part like that, drilled it, made sure that it matched up with the other one, did exactly the same. So that tube goes all the way through. Now this is a 1/4-inch brass tube, and that fits exactly onto there, so it gives it the smoothness to run. I then put all the paddles, cut them, and then when I've done that I drop them 3 mils short of the edge. So I draw a circle around on the inside of this, and then I boarded it out with boards, so you can see that it's solid inside. And then we just put a little rebate on each one just so it catches the water. So that's that part, and that goes on there like so. We have got it running. It runs at about that pace. It runs very, very smoothly. What we've had to do with our water to get it to where it's working, we had to make a chute what comes in from this angle on our waterfall. So it comes in like that, and that fills, it's like what they would call a mid-floor one. You can get overshoot at the top, which is probably the better, but I can't go across because my railway's here. So that's so we couldn't do overshot. An undershoot one isn't strong enough. Even though I've got the flow of water, it won't turn it. It would turn it, but very intermittently. So we built it so this would fill up the buckets, and as you see, it runs very, very, very nicely. I was quite impressed myself how smooth that is. And that's where we're up to. So what we're going to do now is we're going to carry on. Pat's going to paint this. We're going to paint it as though it's rendering with a bit of brickwork sticking through. So we've added them little highlights in, and then we'll put the windows and roof on it and show you where you're up to. But what we will do is we'll film it running so you can see on its test run that it actually does work.
So here's the mill painted. So initially we had a buff titanium base colour with 1 wash of raw umber, and then that was dabbed off. Then I did a light spray of matte varnish just to seal the first coat, and then the second coat, after just lightly sanding the varnish again, was a slightly darker shade of raw umber, and then finishing off the windowsills. That was also done with Rome and just dabbed off with just some added black to add a bit of date, years of date. The brickwork's not as dark as I would normally do it on a house, because once the rendering falls off, the bricks tend to be paler because I've lost the colour. So I'm hoping I've achieved that. I've got a bit of green moss on, so if we turn it around, a bit more moss on this side because that's where the wheel is going to go. And as you can see, Steve's cut out a window. They're just out of black PVC Foamex board, so we're not even going to paint those, just leave them as they are. So that's the back. That bit you don't really see because it's at the back of the railway. Time for a catch up on the watermill. As you can see, we've given it a name, Gilbert's Mill. We've got the wheel painted. We initially did it black, and then I just put Rome and cream and what have you on just in sort of stripes, so it looks like a really old dark wood, like it's been there a long while. I've also done the guttering, drain pipes, and I've put my sand there, varnish grains. As you can see, all the windows are in now. All the roofs are on, done. These roofs lift off in case we have to do any maintenance with the wheel. Let's have a look. Oh, we've got another bit of guttering and drain pipe there. These drain pipe straps I do with milliputty. All these, as I say, all the process we do of everything on here you'll find in our other videos of how we do them, including the barge, I think they call them barge boards.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Yeah, barge boards there, how to do them. Everything's PVC Foamex board.
The reason it sloped backwards there was because of the...
Yes, if you notice, it is an odd shape, and the reason for that is it's because it's going on our pond, and our pond is like a crazy paving around it, so it's quite uneven. So when it's actually on the pond, as you'll see when we show you, it'll look straight and level. So that's a good thing. But currently, because we need to be able to get to the mill and back, well, the little people who live nearby and work at the mill need to get access to the mill. We are going to have a gantry going across, and there'll be steps going up, and it'll go over the railway line. And unfortunately, it will cover half these windows and my beautiful paintwork, which I'd known about beforehand. But Steve's got one of these habits of, oh yeah, it'd look nice with this there and that there, and so yeah, half of that will be covered up, unfortunately, but we know it's there.
Like Bob Ross.
Like Bob Ross, correct. So let's take it right the way around. Now this is the actual back. So the railway will come. There will be I suppose it's another walkway, is it?
It might just be a door to open up onto the railway.
There'll be something anyway that the people can actually access the building via the back as well. It all came about, the watermill really was to cover a waterfall up. It's not the prettiest waterfalls up on the pond. So that's how it come about. We just decided just to draw attention away from that to something else. So up to now, I hope you've enjoyed what we've shown you. It's never been an intention to do this as a project, but it's just another one of those things where look what you can do with PVC Foamex board. So we'll show you when we get the gantry done, and we'll show you it up and running at the pond. Here you can see we've now got the gantry put in front of the watermill, so we've got access to the mill. And as you can see to the right are the steps that will be going up to the railway track, and there'll be a path over the railway track to a path that leads them away from the mill, so access again. got the wheel running at a nice steady rate now. We're quite happy with it.